It's time for our next episode. It's easy to look great. My name is Martin Bester, and with me for this episode, all about food. Once again, we have from the dietitian front, we've got Aura, and we also have Marisa Loretta, who completed her challenge and feels fantastic. And Albie, once again, I think food, it's a very important part of life. It is possibly the reason why you don't look and feel as great as you should, because you're eating too much of the wrong stuff. Is there a simpler way of putting it? But the big problem for me is, once again, it's the intimidation factor. I think a lot of people think, okay, now I need to lose weight. I need to look and feel better. I'm going to go hungry. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that at all. It's the biggest misperception ever. And then you've got the other people saying, okay, now here's a diet for you. And that word, it's a big D word, the diet, the fad diets. That don't work. Loretta, you mentioned it in the previous episode.
That's true. They don't.
They don't work. And if they do work, you're going to pick up that weight again.
Twice as much.
Twice as much.
Yeah.
Was eating right part of your challenge? Was it as hard as you thought it was going to be?
Well, when I downloaded the plan, I was extremely shocked because I thought to myself, this is a lot of food. How the hell am I going to lose weight? But understanding, when I read more and I researched, I understood that obviously these are essential foods to build muscle, to lose weight, but to actually sustain your process. Because it wasn't about just losing the weight, it was about feeling great as well. I had more energy, I worked better, I could plan better, and my sessions were far better than before as well. So after a while, it wasn't hard at all.
Convince me, ladies, that I'm not going to go hungry and I can still lose weight.
I think it's often like a common misperception that you only have to eat so little because you want to lose weight. So now people are only packing, a salad for lunch after they maybe had an apple for breakfast. So now by the time you get to supper, you will be hungry because you haven't eaten enough. So that's often like a common misperception that you have to eat so little and then you're going to be hungry. And then the second thing is also that it depends on what you eat. So a lot of people are used to eating highly processed foods that are not really high in fiber. So once you switch to healthier types of food, lots of veggies, that sort of thing, it's very high in fiber. So you will feel fuller, but you won't get all the extra calories in. You will get all the vitamins and nutrients in. So no, you don't have to feel hungry.
Is there a list of absolute no-nos?
I don't think it's a list of no-nos. I think it's all about balance. There's nothing that you need to cut out completely. As long as you have a healthy lifestyle, and it's the combination of everything that you consume throughout, say, the week. So if you really, have your breakfast, have your lunch, your dinner, it's balanced meals. You provide the energy that your body requires, and not overconsume, and also concentrate on quality food that you put into your body. It's really fine to have your glass of wine still in the evening. It is fine to have your drink while you are having a braai. That's what we do in South Africa. We are very social, but it's just really in finding that fine balance of what is good for you, and also just to keep your mind sane in order to cope with every day and eating right every day, and keeping active and just putting it all together in order to have the better you.
I think, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's most people's fear. I have now committed to losing weight. I have committed to a better body and a better lifestyle. Therefore, I am never going to have a glass of wine at the end of the day again. I'm never going to have a social life again. I can never attend a braai again. I'm going to go hungry. And it is also wrong. I'm never going to have chocolate again. Meanwhile, moments ago, I was telling everybody that I just had which is this one? Albie, help me what I just had here.
I just gave you the Trust Crunch bar there.
Isn't this the best thing you've tasted in your life? And you think to yourself, this is quite a treat. How can something that tastes this good be good for you and not be bad for you?
It doesn't make sense, I know. It just tastes so unbelievably good that it's got to be bad for you. But the reality is we're living in a modern world with incredible technology, and you know, we've got the ability to come up with these supplements that really, you know, hits those spots where, you know, it satisfies your hunger. It tastes incredible, and it actually contains the macronutrients that your body would crave, you know, because it's those macronutrients that if you deprive your body from it, you will continue to have cravings.
And just because I know you can't see this necessarily, Albie just mentioned it's the Trust Crunch from USN. And just to get specific, it's 20 gram protein. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and it tastes fantastic. You've made it easy.
Yeah.
You've made it so easy. Talk to me about cravings. Why do people get cravings? And then, of course, you never crave good stuff, do you? Never heard anyone craving for a carrot, necessarily.
Yeah.
You craving for something really bad. What is a craving? Why do I get cravings?
Cravings are it's when your blood glucose levels fluctuate. So when you eat, you know, refined carbohydrates, your blood sugar levels will spike very quickly.
What is a refined carb?
A refined carb is like white bread.
Okay.
You know, it's very easy to digest in your body. So it will release, you know, the sugar in your blood very quickly. It will come down very quickly, and you will feel hungry very quickly again. So, and that's where you develop a craving.
So the more you eat of the bad stuff and take in the wrong kind of carb or sugar,
the more cravings you'll have.
The more cravings you will have.
If I can just add to that, you know, cravings also comes from a lot of other things. It comes from if you're deprived from salts, phosphates, electrolytes, you'll have a craving for salty foods. If if you need oils in your system, in other words, if you've deprived yourself from good fats, now your cognitive function, brain development, lubrication, joints, everything is so extremely dependent on good fats. If you're going to deprive yourself from good fats, you're going to be craving fats. And you often, I mean, cravings, we know you see a lot with pregnant women. Suddenly they want to eat food that they've never eaten, or maybe they've eaten 10 years ago. It's because the brain's registered. That's where I get those good fats from. When the brain in that fetus developed, it robs the mom from all those good fats.
There's a reason why you're craving.
100%. Yeah,
there's body's telling you.
Your body needs it. So people go into these diets where they deprive themselves from those important nutrients like phosphates, good fats, proteins, and then you're going to crave for it. You're going to crave for it until you feed your body that. The mistake people make then is they go and they're so hungry. And sometimes you actually crave food while being full as well. So you're full, but you're not satisfied. And that's because there's nutrients that your body needs that you didn't get in the food that you've been eating.
Is this where like whey protein shakes and all the other supplements, is this where it comes in? By regulating and keeping you more consistent so you don't crave stuff? Is that why we take?
Well, amongst others, yes. Whey protein is being used for so many different, if we're using that as an example. When your body craves protein, which is obviously extremely important for amino acids into your system, you can either go and eat a steak. It's going to take a bit longer to digest and so on, or you can just make it very convenient for yourself. Have a protein shake. It absorbs immediately, and there goes your protein craving.
Yeah, there goes your craving.
And a bit of sweetness craving as well, because it tastes so good.
Can I just, on that point, quickly, once again, as I said this before, how can something that tastes this good not be bad for you? Because thank goodness for technology, right? Thank goodness for science. There are some of your flavors that I'm using that are just next level.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a variety. You think from, what is this here in front of me, speckled eggs, to double chocolate, to incredible flavors coming up when it comes to the USN protein shakes.
Martin, the times are long gone that you need to that people accepted that it tastes bad but it's good for you. It doesn't work like that anymore.
Yeah.
If a product is very well formulated and it's very good for you, it should be tasting very good as well. There's no such thing anymore there. Something that's bad, so it's got to be good for you.
Love that. And just to flip it, there are things that taste so fantastic, that are so good for you, that you are going to look forward to taking it. Long gone are the days where you are not looking forward to starting a lifestyle or eating plan like this, because it's just because no, you don't like the taste of it. Those days are literally gone. You are going to, I'm telling you now, you are going to look forward to taking your next shake, because it tastes that good.
And there's a reason why that happens as well. Sorry to interrupt there, but your body now registers, your brain registers, because it gets the benefit from whatever shake. So you've had a good workout, you drink your protein, you do that a couple of days, and then the reason why you look forward to it is because your body has realized what benefit it gets from it. Recovery is faster, it replenishes all those cravings and so on.
We've touched on this before. Sometimes people also think, sure, am I going to have the time in my day? Do I have the energy to think about what is the right balanced meal? How much of this should I take? How much of that should I take? Once again, it's been made easy. It's been made very, very easy. It's easy to look great. It's easy to eat right, because you have other people who have spent all the hours, all the money in researching this, and said to you, here, it's all on paper. Well, it's even your smartphone. It's even easier than paper. It's on your smartphone. You need to go and download the app, and you just follow. You just have to follow it, right?
Yes.
That's what you did.
That's what I did.
You didn't go and start researching food technology.
No.
You didn't go and get a doctorate.
No.
You just had to just follow something.
Download it, follow it, and you can even tweak it. For example, the protein shakes, you can add it to your oats. It tastes amazing. Pancakes, you can make it fun.
Okay.
Take the ingredients and actually make it fun. That's very important as well.
I've heard the word cheat meal a couple of times. Why is it important though? Did you have cheat meals?
Not really. I think I was kind of too focused. I just wanted to just follow the program and see how it goes. But I adapted cheat meals later towards the challenge. I think it's just to revitalize yourself, just to kind of kick the craving as well. If you want cake and then you have it on a specific day. And as she said, you can have wine, you can have... But I don't think of it as a cheat meal. I just think of it as an off meal or a different meal or something different.
It's a true story.
A variety.
Not like you can have pizza every day of your life anyway.
I don't like pizza, but yeah.
Is there anything else we want to add to this conversation in this episode around food?
I think I just want to touch on protein. If we look at a lot of USN's products, our shakes, a lot of our bars, I think protein is one of the most important macronutrients that you can, have in your diet, and it's also very important for weight loss. It really boosts your metabolism. It also really try and keep your appetite at bay. So the reason is, for us, we need to increase our protein and good quality protein. Also when we are eating, right, aiming to really shed, the extra kilograms. It also really help prevent muscle breakdown and also just help us to retain and build that lean muscle that we want to retain. And we want to focus on losing fat, not muscle.
We were taught so badly, I don't know, maybe this is the time I grew up, but for a long time, when it comes to fitness and healthy eating and all that kind of thing, we were told many years ago, you are then only going to eat one thing, and protein only comes from one thing. I don't eat chicken at all. I don't eat chicken at all. Some people don't eat pork at all.
Yeah.
There are many ways that you can get protein in, right?
Yes.
I mean, you even now have plant protein shakes, Blue Lab plant protein shakes. And I think a lot of people grew up like that. Proteïne gaan net van vleis afkom en dan gaan jy net hoender eet. You're only going to eat chicken. And that's not true. Just mention a couple of things that are good quality protein. Obviously, you get your meats, you get your lean meats.
Yes, like fish and so on, and the examples you have mentioned. But you also get, nuts. That will really, provide also very good fats, like Albie mentioned earlier. So nuts can be very good, on the go snack. Just, have a few, maybe a little bag or in a little small container in your handbag. And if you get hungry, that's a very good, high protein, with sufficient amount of fats that you can consume on the go.
Fats are bad for you, people think. You must never have any kind of fat. Like avocado is high fat. Peanut butter is high fat. I used to look forward to, and I still do, my teaspoon of peanut butter at some point in the day when I'm feeling, a little bit low and I need a bit of bacon. People sometimes say to me, but look on the bottle. It's high in fat. Nuts. High in fat. Must be bad for you. You'll never have it in your life again. Am I right or wrong? I'm wrong. You can, right?
Yes.
Is there such a thing as good fat?
Definitely. I think also it's a very old concept, or old school, to think that fat makes you fat. And I think also, even when dietitians want to educate people, I think it's very important that we really take all the research, all the results into account in order to provide the sufficient amount of information to our consumers.
Again, if you're looking at fat, you need to think about quality and not necessarily just quantity. So you do need some types of
Good fat.
They are essential. Your body can't produce it, so you need to get it from your diet. And so foods like nuts and avo and all those good types of fat, that's why they're good, because you actually need it.
Just as a bonus section to this episode, and it's very specific, keto. I think most people don't even know what does that mean, and why would that be part of a USN diet plan. Just in short, as a bonus bit, we can even put it out separately, or we can keep it into this episode. I hear that word come up more and more often these days. What does it mean?
All right. So, in a nutshell, there's a lot of people who benefits from a keto diet. So, how it basically works is your body uses fat for energy instead of carbohydrates. So when you deprive your body from carbohydrates, fat will go, it'll be metabolized in your liver. Your body will produce ketones from that. Those ketones then become your energy source instead of carbohydrates. So once you in a state of ketosis, then your body has now adapted to burning fat for energy, which means it's going to burn your body fat for energy as well. So why it works so well for a lot of people is because fat takes less space in your stomach, firstly. So you feel lighter. Fat as an energy source also doesn't retain water like carbohydrates do, because 1 part carbohydrate will retain 2 parts water. 1 calorie of carbohydrate gives you 1 gram of carbohydrates gives you 4 calories of energy and holds 2 grams of water. 1 gram of fat gives you 9 calories of energy and holds back no water. So if you can do the sums, it's the energy that you're going to get from fat is going to be a lot more than what you're going to get from carbohydrates. Now, what's also important to understand is that for protein to digest and to be broken down into amino acids, your body needs an energy source. Now, that energy is going to either come from the protein itself, it's going to come from carbohydrates, or it can come from fat. Carbohydrates is the easier energy source. So if you're going to feed your body carbs, it's going to use the carb source before it's going to use the fat source. If you don't give it any carbs, then it's going to go to the fat source for the energy. And that's where you want to get your body into, in that state of ketosis, where it uses fats for energy. And
Burns the fat.
That's basically in a nutshell.
If you want to know more about this, and this is the fantastic thing once again, downloading the USN app or going to usn.co.za, whether you're interested in low-calorie diet, keto diet, and many other forms of healthy eating plans, you cater for all those. Download the app. They've made it easy for you. They've done the research. They did all the grafting. All you have to do is just follow it. usn.co.za or download the app now.